Hi, it's Hazy and welcome to my channel. Today I am making this. Right then, so many disasters. I actually changed quite a few things while I'm doing it. There's nothing wrong with that at all if you want to do the same. Or you can keep everything exactly the same as what you did it. So don't worry, I've changed. Let's see what I've changed in this. I changed the picture. I haven't even glued it down yet. I'm supposed to be gluing that down as a pocket, so I haven't done that yet. Right, so I changed that as a picture. So that was a different picture that's actually got stickers under there. So I changed that, so don't worry about that. If you see me put stickers down there, just remember I'm going to change it. Okay, what else do I change? I changed the position. I make a hole in this, in the middle. Then I realise it's got to be matching this. And I even lengthened that, and I don't know how it's not lengthened anymore. It's not logical to me. So if you can put your logic head on, and please explain why that's not, why that didn't work, because that should have been actually theoretically about there. Let's just see how big it is. Yeah, it's 12 centimeters. So why didn't it? Why didn't it fit? It should have been about 14. I did actually make that a little bit wider because I knew I was going to add a little bit extra there, but never mind. Okay, it's made it 5.5 inches, which is quite wide. So you might not want to make it quite as wide as that. Okay, so this is how I'm going to wrap it while I just explain. Thank you so much to anybody who given me a thumbs up, anybody who has subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. Anybody who has, and that's not, I've done that slightly wrong, haven't I? It should be like that. And anybody who has subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. And do hope you join me today to see all the disasters and the I think I'm going to do it as a voiceover because it's going to be too long otherwise. And you'll see what I do, and I will explain hopefully as I do it how what I'm going to change. Okay, I wonder if it's like that. It might be more like it, is it? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, so you can do it anyway. It just doesn't have to have a way, but it just looks like that at the back. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, and let's go. So I decided on this window envelope that like Jodie Fee had, but mine is never ever correct. Doesn't ever seem to be the correct size, which is weird. This is knife's really heavy, by the way. It's not very good if you've got bad wrists. It's a Wolfcraft knife. Yeah, so I'm making sure my window has got plenty on the other side because I'm going to have a next lot. It's 5/8 of an inch, both, well, a little bit more the other side, I think. And I'm going to open up the bottom because that's the bit you need to, so we can decorate the inside. And the window, oh, by the way, I do change. Oh, look, I've decided to take that off because it was not splitting like I wanted it to. And that as well, that flat actually hangs below where the window is, so I decided to put some, just cut that little bit off. By the way, I do change my mind in this video, so if you change your mind too, don't worry about it. Apart from, I don't change my mind about getting glue everywhere. So yeah, oh yeah, so this time, this is the little bit, I'm going to extend this. Okay, so this, you slit that down the side, so you've got another, oh, up to there. Okay, so we're going to make a pocket. But now I'm going to extend the bit on the right in a minute when I show you. I'm just taking that bit off. For some reason that's got an extra bit there and it seemed very bulky, so I took that off. Okay, so I'm going to fold the pocket to about there. So I've decided, I think the pocket's about 2 inches from the bottom, is it? Oh, it's not, it's more, it's about, it's not quite 2.5, so do about 2 3/8. You can do it what size you like, you don't have to do the same as me at all. In fact, extending this has actually made it into quite a wide, it's about 5.5 inches wide, so it's quite wide. So I might have to clip it into my journal rather than, because I've got a new journal. I'm making I think I'm swapping them around, I don't know, because I intended to do this on Saturday, but I might do the journal on Saturday instead. Okay, so if you've already seen the journal, then it's done. Right, so what am I doing with it? Oh, this is how I'm extending it. I'm using just a piece of copy paper, really, with, you know, a bit of scrap paper. Joining it with some washi tape. And I'm going to join where the pocket was. I think I do a little bit more. And now I'm going to join where the back was. I'm using a ruler, that's all, and a craft knife to get the thing rather than scissors. I think I'm using yes, I'm actually using the lines on the desk to get the width. So I'm getting that's a little bit smaller, so I actually wish I'd made it a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure why it turns out so short. So if you can work out, because I do ask at the end. Well, actually, I don't. Do I ask at the end? I don't know. I did ask, but obviously I'm doing a voiceover, so you might not hear me ask. Okay, so I am. Yeah. So you fold that under there, so you get that really tucked in that corner, which I do take a little bit of time doing. So I've tucked that into the corner there. Yes, this is not my idea. This is actually Jodie Fee's. Now I thought that was a brilliant little addition to there, but she had a massive envelope. I don't know where she got it from. Okay, she's in the UK, so this is weird. Right, so I have it that way. I'm deciding, do I have it that way? Yeah, I do have it that way round. So instead of having it the way round it was, it's the other way round. Okay, and I'm showing you now that I had bent the tip of my awl by trying to open some white paint. It's an illustrator's paint, actually. It's actually glued together. Oh, I'm changed my mind about this. Is something I do change. There's no problem at all to do it at the end, because I do it at the end. I tried to get it in the middle of that, but I don't need to. Or you can put it where you like. If you want to do the same closure as me, you might have your own ideas of a closure. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, this is the inside. So I'm just ripping out the papers to the inside. Right, stuff I'm using is thing that I've printed on Word. This is my own. I don't know if I've got that on my group, that one. And that's actually tea bags rested on copy paper, but I've actually copied it as well. That tie is actually my rubbish script. If you've watched my channel before, you know about my rubbish script. Something I found. It was really, really grungy, and it's really, I don't know whether the cat had done it. If you know about the cat as well. Yeah, so it's rubbish script, and what I've done is taken one of those brushes. I really like that bit, and I have messed about like that. See what I've done there? Sort of like done crayons. I've done crayons across it on that one, and I leave that for ages. That bit that's sticking up, so you might get annoyed with me. I don't know. I might get more annoyed with myself, actually. Why don't you just cut it off? Because I don't think we don't need to cut it off, but yeah. So I think in a minute I'm going to get some stickers out, but I'm going to change my mind about the stickers, and we'll find out what we do later. You might have seen it at the beginning. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Okay, just putting strips of paper down as a background, so making sure you can't see them through the window. Thinking, oh yeah, I'll use these. These are really nice. But I've got a better idea than this. In fact, that it all gets covered in a bit. Yeah, so I'm using these. What you do is cut them out, and then they've got like a backing, and it's a bit like washi tape. There's a whole book of it, and it's really nice. It says Schubert on it. Schubert Ross, is it? Rose. Schubert Rose. Yeah, they're really good actually. They're really good stickers. I mean, if you haven't got enough stickers already, I've got plenty. And these are the black and white ones, and they look really nice on there. But something like the finished one looks a lot better, I think. So let's decide. Yeah, you cut them out like this, and then yeah, you cut them. Yeah, see how fast I do that. Right, and then you put it down. When you put it down, it I think I'm gonna get the bone folder now and just see if I can get that down a bit better, because yeah, you can see the whites disappearing a bit more. Right, okay. Oh, I decided to put my sunflower on there. That's sunflower I made on video the other day. You saw that flash? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I thought I'll put that down. That's what I like. So that where the flowers, that's brusho. That's I've got that. Just put that on my Ko-fi, that one. And the cat I drew myself. That's on my Facebook group. I'm thinking about putting on Ko-fi as well. Yeah, and use those brushes just to get colour on. You can do it with watercolours as well. They work, and you can do it with oxides or inks. That's brusho. I love that. That's brusho as well. That's a piece from a shopping list. There's a shopping list. Okay, I took that. Actually, I got that today. That shopping. There we go. And then this is a stencil on a. That was a stencil with leaves as well. You can do that. So yeah, I like doing that. You know, I love doing that. So love using that for collage. Yeah, I do leave that as well a bit, I think. Or do I fold it back? Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that because that's stuck up. I don't look at that so low. How low is that? Now you need to move that up a bit. I think I do realise a bit later on that it is a bit low. Bit low. It's almost disappeared. Never mind, a bit low. Right, and then I'm just putting. So I'm basically trying to get a straight edge for near the window. And that's my French one that I did. Not a middle button. It's sort of like I'm writing a story in French, and I don't know some of the words, so they were in English. You can't tell. Yeah. No, I didn't look them up. I couldn't. Oh, I used that bit later as well. So that's the one I've got on Ko-fi at the moment. I was actually going. That's actually should have been glued on the other thing. Right. So I was actually going to do the. I've got the 4 on Ko-fi at the moment. The four circles. I was going to do that as a this, but I've decided to use colour because I saw another one I'd made, and it looked really nice, orange and greens. So that's why I'm using oranges and greens and pinks as well, by the looks of it. Yeah, bits of pink sneak in as well. Yeah. So if you try to read that script, it does not make any sense at all. I've got something like, I know one line says something about putting your hand on your foot and on your head or something. And my daughter's best friend or something as well that mentioned that. And then a lot of the time it's going to the bank, and I have no idea. I don't think it can't be anything to do with what I've written. You know, I do change, instead of bank it says vintage bank. I've changed that, yeah. So if you're a bit confused, don't worry. It's to do with oh yeah, and that's wingdings as well. You know, wingdings. And yeah, I don't cut it all off at the edge. I actually do it so I can bend it over, which you can't see. Look. Yeah. No, I'm cutting off the corners. Look. Oh yeah. That we all do that, yeah. So that's I'm using wet glue there, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't seem to. There you go. I've decided that you could not see. Yeah. So now I'm bending it all up so it fits underneath there. Okay, and this one as well. The reason I've done it like this is because I took so long and I was messing about. That's, yeah, I've decided to make that so it fits in the corner. Oh yeah. Oh, this must be the second part then. Yeah, this is the second part now. This is the part I've done tonight. So you can't even tell that I have. I thought the lighting might have changed, but I don't think it did it? Did you notice the lighting change? So I'm putting, this is book page, and I'm using orange and green flowers out of the massive book that I've got by drawn by Barbara Everard. She must have taken years to do them. They're so amazing, and they're all over from the over around the world, and it's really consistently painted. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, it's Flowers of the World, illustrated by Barbara. This actually, I wish I'd got more of those because they're quite nice. They are later, because I could have used that in the. Do I use that? I don't think I do. Do I? I don't actually use that in the. Oh, I do. I do use that bit. I use that bit in there because I changed my mind. Yeah, so the where the window is, that little bit looks like a pear. That's going to go in the window instead of those stickers. Because I changed my mind. I decided to put that round the edge because I think that works well. So obviously I've got a pocket there, so I need to split it. I'm a bit annoyed because why did I put those slanted like that? It's really bad. I'm actually wearing a scarf around my shoulders because it was not so cold now. I was actually cold at the time. Yeah, the heating doesn't work in this room, so it's actually quite cold. What am I doing here? Oh, I see. And so I thought the pocket had come apart then. Yeah, so the pocket hasn't come apart. It's still tucked in, but I do have to do a little bit of adjusting later. I actually put a piece of paper over it because it looks like it's going to come apart. Look, I'm using my glue mat. Wow. Yeah, so that I'm sliding that down a bit, so because you can slide them about. Which is brilliant. Okay, so now I'm putting this on. So what I do now, and I think this is a very good point, is using my metal ruler for the tearing off, because it's instead of using scissors, because they're not accurate, are they? But I do sometimes wish in part of this that I had some decal edge scissors. I think I could have done with some decal edge scissors, just because you get that tear off thing, like instead of using my ruler. Yeah, I'll leave that for a bit, yeah, as well. Yeah, leave that bit sticking up for as well. Yeah, just using that, tearing that off. I think this is the one where I put a bit further in. So I just poke that down a bit further because, yeah, down there. So I'm just putting it all along that. Like I'm gluing it, and I've got to be careful because what happens is later we have to get a glue cloth. Treacle's in the room actually at this moment, but she's not on the desk. Oh, I've added some book page. I accidentally switched it off for ages. I had a little bit of book page. Instead of adding some more of that green and orange trim there, I've added that book page there, see? And that's the bit that's annoyed me, look, because it's I've had to glue it, and then I'm going to fold. I think in a minute I fold that in. Oh, yeah, this takes me ages to decide to use that. Then I decided to get another page out and try and use that, but that doesn't work. That's the one that I actually end up using because I like that. So I wish it's repeated a bit. If they had another one there, yeah, there, look. Wish we had another one. No. Right, there we go. Wildflowers of the World. But look how big it is. It's massive. And these pages are huge. This woman's amazing who's drawn these, painted these. Yeah, Wildflowers of the World. Barbara Everard illustrated them. Yeah, I decided to use that, but it doesn't work because it doesn't quite fit in the right place. So I'll use it another time for something else, or do I use it on this? I can't remember. Look, it doesn't fit. I was thinking about putting that pear there, but that pear's the wrong way around. So I'm going to put that there instead. Yeah, I told you I thought I remembered the pear, yeah. Yeah, and I've got to be careful how I use my glue on this, because... What are you doing, dog? He's nudging my ankle. What do you want? Right. Yeah, I'm going to put this behind now. So now this is quite a difficult thing to do, I decide. So I put everything down the middle. I'm gluing one side at once. I'm just gluing that side. Okay. I'm using that because then you can see that little bit of book page. In effect, you know, effectively it's a book page. Oh yeah, I'm getting it level. That's a good way of getting. Well, I thought it. We're looking at then I nudge it. Yeah. So I thought it was a good way of getting it level, and of course as I glue, I nudge it. There we go. So that should actually bend perfectly. I don't know why that seems so short. I actually lengthened it, so I don't know why that is so short. Must be just the way I've done it. I'm going to add a flap to the middle section in a bit. I think that's what I'm talking about there. Yeah. But then of course, oh yeah, what we're talking. Oh, why is it like that? Have I done it wrong? I'm thinking. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not thinking it then. I'm thinking it sometime. I'll get glue cloth out. It's okay. Glue that bit because that needs gluing down, woman. Yes. Come on, that's it. Yeah. So that will be like that. Finish at the finish. I'm going to put something on the back. Don't worry about that. And I forget to glue that, by the way. That flap. I still haven't glued it, have I? I don't think I've still glued it. See that the envelope bit? That's going to be made into a pocket, or intentionally. Right. So this is the flap. So I'm using that as the flap. So I'm making it quite a. This is before I do the back, but I'm not entirely sure I've done this in a good way. So if you can think of a better way of doing this, let me know. So this is the flap going down like that. So I'm going to glue it together. Okay, like this. I don't know what Jerry did, so I can't remember what she did. And I've glued it down. Do you know what I didn't glue? At the end, I forget to glue the back. But I do remember, I do realise in a bit, don't worry. Yeah, so I'm just making sure we glue. The shade below the window, that was it. And now that makes it quite a, it's actually blends in really well when I've done that. Oh, see how fast my hand went then? Wow, look at that, Law. Whoa. It's like it almost disappears. There we go. So that's got a nice lovely flap now. Love it that it all actually matches. I'm not very good at doing that usually. Right, this is annoying. This is what I wanted the decal edge scissors for, but I used some I think I used some tiny scissors to cut it in a bit. Or now? Oh, yeah, it must be in a bit because it doesn't at the moment. Okay, right. So what am I doing now? I am choosing papers for the back. So I've printed quite a bit of orange and from Etsy. So these are from Etsy. This is one of the orange papers from Etsy. Believe it or not, like oranges. Yeah. So I thought orange and green. Yeah, that's perfect. So I've done that, and now I'm going to use this. I'm just checking. I'm using the lines of the desk, I think, as well. I got all of my thing. So there could be a better way of doing this. I don't know. I quite like the way but it's okay. It's worked absolutely fine. It's, you know, there must be more ways to do this. You can't say more ways to skin a cat. That's horrible. But there's more ways to do a backing than, and I'm showing you now. And I don't know why I'm putting this on because that doesn't really make much sense where it is. I'm actually trying to hide the join, I think. Yeah, so I'm just taking them back off. Yeah, gluing it on with some stick glue. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, that glue is permanent glue. See, it came off. It actually runs out, so I decided to use the glitter glue. There you go. Gosh, don't you wish you could glue like that? There you go. Well, I can glue like that. It's just that I've got to make it on fast to do it. Right, so I put that there just to, I think, to hide the join, because I think it looks a bit sort of straight, doesn't it? I mean, it's not. It's actually done by the ruler. I'm too high up now. You look at you too high up like that. Right, so I think to myself after a bit, and I do realise, thankfully, before I do it. See that? You see that goes there's the little scissors. There they are, the little tiny scissors. Yeah, so the glue. So that's when that's some of the backing that I realised that isn't quite done down properly. So it's worth gluing it. That's the flap. Yeah, flap. Yes, it goes up and down. Yes. As you so just demonstrated. Oh yeah, I think because that's right, it didn't look, there wasn't much orange on that, so I thought might as well get me orange out. And this is is it the marmalade one? Marmalade something. Oh, it's there, spiced marmalade. Not some marmalade, something marmalade. Right, and then I'm going to put I'm going to measure, I think. Am I going to measure? Am I going to measure this bit? Oh, got me out of that. Just, well, actually, I lose this one. I have to get another one out, but I cut that bit out. Right, okay. So I think that's actually getting in the way of the fold, so I've taken it off and re-cornered it. It's fine. Okay, now I'm measuring it. Yeah, so that's about the middle. Come on, where's my pen? Where's my pen? That's it. There it is. That's in the middle, and then I've thought to myself, that is not going to be in the right place now. Yeah, so I'm going to get it in line with what I've done at the top rather than have it in the middle. So that's worth thinking about if you want to do this. I mean, if your envelope behaves itself, you perhaps won't need to do that. But my envelope, for some reason, is half the size of what I wanted. So you put the big, it's the opposite way around to what you think that is, really, when you're putting the eyelet on. Yeah, I'm making some circles. That's not cut properly because it's just single piece of paper. This is some 12 by 12 paper. I'm going to join them all together to make a little. Sometimes I think it's too thick. It's too thick to punch out. So rather than break your punch, just join them together. Yeah. Now I'm going to get in the middle. I'm actually using my mat again there to find the middle of that. Yeah, I'm putting the eyelet on and actually put it inside. Looking for some washi tape to cover the legs over. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing now apart from making my shadow go in the way quite fast. Look, oh, getting a ribbon. Yeah, this is some orange ribbon. I forgot all about it. I thought, what can I use for tying this up? And I thought, oh yeah, my orange ribbon. Put it through twice. I don't know why, but this seemed to work really well. It seems to work. I don't know what Joey did. I have no idea what she did for this, but that's what I did. Oh, I love the way I actually use it to watch round there, round there, round there, and round there, and round there again, and then cut it because I want to make. So I like the way that's done. It sort of utilises that lovely little wheel idea in the middle. So I'll probably do it again in a minute. Well, we're nearly finished. We only got about 30 seconds. So thank you so much, anybody who's given me a thumbs up, and thank you for anybody who has subscribed to my channel. That's amazing. Now watch me do it again. See, I'm going to do it and then I'm going to do it back. So it's going to be round there, round there, round there, and round there. Yeah, that's very good. Okay then, thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.